Namaste, Soul Healers, and welcome to Soul Horoscope SuperScope Weekly Report. My name is Witecki. I'm your Sensei to Sirius Joy, and I'm so grateful to finally be back on the air. My apologies for the long disappearance. I actually didn't expect to stay off that long, but then the universe just threw a ton of bricks on my karmic back, and you may very well understand what that's like too, my fellow survivor. Well, this is a SuperScope because it's designed to be super. It serves more than one personality. In your case, Virgos, Virgo Risings, or Venus and Virgo. All three will be served in this SuperScope. While I was off the air, the sun was in Gemini, and so Virgos and Virgo Risings were working on career decisions, big career decisions. And really, you still may not be decisive about that. Mercury since retrograded, and after you finished the career transit, Mercury went back and said, let's take another look. In the meantime, the sun has moved into Cancer, and that means that Virgos and Virgo Risings are upgrading their social reputation, where you feel you belong. I call this the I belong state of awareness. So this is your context consciousness. There is 1/12 of our awareness that does nothing but monitor who we are in the room, who we are in the line of six, who we are in this, the context of where we belong in the rest of reality. So this at the heart of it is where your heart belongs or doesn't. It turns into friendship, it turns into belonging, it turns into diplomacy, your business title, your reputation, and if you end up changing the world and innovating the world, this is the part of your soul that does that. Now what's interesting is this part of your soul has gotten a ridiculous booster shot from the universe known as the planet Jupiter since around July 3rd of last year, 2013. And it will be wrapping up its big booster shot trying to give you social success here in the next 6 weeks. So look back, if you haven't been watching me, look back in the last year. How has your reputation, friendships, alliances changed in that time? Well, believe it or not, you haven't reached the pinnacle of it yet. In fact, the sun hasn't crossed Jupiter. You still have probably a couple of big eye-openers coming up beginning this week if it hasn't happened already. So let's take first a look at what this week will look like. The sun moves from step 7 to step 14. That means you're going to move from coming to a decision about what you aren't in the world to leaping forward toward what you believe you are in the world. So you may be playing this out as going for a job, going after a certain person because they represent, sitting down at the popular table, in the cafeteria if you're in high school. This is you going for where you feel you belong, your place is out there in the world among other human beings in the one-to-many relationship. What is your one-to-many relationship about? Now, that said, the sun is opposing Pluto, which means there's still a tug-of-war between who you think you should be in the world and what your heart really wants to be in the world. So you're still coming down to that truth. And the sun is also squaring Uranus and Aries, which means there's some fear of making the necessary changes to become what you want in the world. So you might go, oh, I want to be a princess. And then there's parties like, oh my God, but then I have to go on a diet. So it kind of depends, and that's the big myriad of things. Now here's the good news. Mercury goes direct on Wednesday, July 2nd, and that means that you will probably be pretty clear and have an idea of where you believe career is going, which is part of the holdup. Career can often hold up where we belong in the world or not. So you'll have the career part moving forward again come Wednesday, Thursday. Thank God for that. And not just moving forward, Venus has arrived to the scene, and you're going to find that your career moves forward at a rapid rate. So as soon as Virgo makes up their mind, it is off to the racetrack for career development. Then the last thing I want to point out is Mars. Mars is championing Uranus this week. They've been neck and neck. And this week, Mars gets just a little bit ahead. Now, for you, this is a tug-of-war between self-esteem, values, making money, and where your comfort zones are in the background. So in essence, confidence will outpace your trust issues this week. So let it go, let it flow, jump for it, Virgos. I know you can do it. I have a new section in my SuperScope called the Sirius Joy Farm. But to get there, we've got to hop around. So hang tight. We're hopping over to Sirius Joy right now. Howdy! Welcome to the Sirius Joy Farm. Seriously, this is my new way of teaching astrology, and it's kind of based on my childhood experiences. I don't know if you ever watched the picture pages with Bill Cosby or Electric Company or anything like that, where you made learning fun. Well, this is actually more complicated than it looks. It is my structure for Sirius Joy, what I believe will bring Sirius Joy. On the left are the 6 states of awareness we must be serious about. And that is our beliefs, be serious about our feelings, take our manifestation serious, our self-love, and our marriage and partnerships serious. On the right are the states of awareness we must approach with joy, joyful thoughts, joyful decisions, joyful boundaries, and joyful practice leading to individuality and our ego character. And this is the Sirius Joy tree, basically. Pretty like a flower, strong like a tree. Each of the sides is designed to balance with each other. So as you throw one side off, if you think too much there in the bottom in your root structure, it will throw off your beliefs, right? You start second guessing what you believe in and so on. So that said, where are the virgins this month? Where's the sun? The sun in Cancer is hitting you right here in the house of society or individuality, the leaf of your joy. So when it comes to our individuality, we must approach it joyfully to begin with. We must always enjoy our individuality. And our individuality turns into our social reputation. But it begins with individuality. Now, wherever God is, man isn't. All right? That, or to put it more bluntly, wherever the sun is, the earth is opposing it. So that means as you are sending love to your individuality this month, you're going to find that you manifest self-love with earth on the other side. And that's always the case. We always manifest the opposite side of what we are trying to create. So as you can see, this month is about a balance between your individuality and your self-love. And you want to love both sides. Now, there are 2 more planets adding pressure. Jupiter, which is sitting in the lap of God there and has been for a whole year trying to boost Virgo's reputation in the world, your social reputation, your friends, everything. Your individuality has been boosted. On the other side is your normal Virgo approach to self-love. Exactly. Pluto, not so self-loving. So in order to balance this Sirius Joy here, you've got to be serious about your self-love and dump the old hurt. And you've got to be loving and joyful and expansive about your own individuality. Now there's 2 more planets that make up part of this square here. Mars. All right, so Mars, which is in Libra, is pushing on manifestation, pushing you to manifest abundance and everything else you want. On the other side of that have been your personal boundaries. Exactly. A nightmare, psycho. No, or Uranus. So Uranus versus Mars is the other 2 part of the grand square that has been hell. And you can see in the Sirius Joy tree exactly how the planets have been affecting you. If your manifestation is screwed up, your self-love has a hard time happening. It's just the structure of joy. And if you don't have proper boundaries, your individuality is screwed up. That's also an issue. All 4 of these have been fighting for kind of power. But the magic spot is Jupiter, right there, the lucky spot. By being self-nurturing to your individuality, by being sensitive to your own individual needs and feelings as a Virgo or Virgo rising, you're going to automatically manifest the self-love on the other side, and you're also going to free up your joyful flow, right? And in essence, I'm going to show you one more thing here in a second, which is a grand trine that helps by moving with the individuality. But let me clear the plate here. Let's see. Earth, the devil. Okay. And that is with Neptune, Jesus, and Saturn. All right. You hear that? Wow. That's where Saturn has been on your thoughts. So Saturn is responsibility. Saturn has been saying, hey, you got to be more responsible with your thoughts. Jesus, Neptune, that's our self-compassion. That is focused right now on marriage and partnership for Virgos and Virgo risings. Got to be self-compassionate on your own relationship to yourself and the relationships you're in. But again, in this grand trine, by, in essence, being better to yourself as an individual and your individuality, by being more self-nurturing to yourself and accepting the fact that you're super unique and that's just the way it is. It gets these three things flowing. Your relationships end up moving forward, and your thinking ends up moving positive. So it's really the essence of everything, and this is where we are. Now, for those people who love like a Virgo, who have Venus in Virgo, actually, and we route where things are going by basically Venus. And where is Venus? Right there, in the house of career. So for Virgos, Risings, and Venus and Virgo people, right now you are most fertile with your decisions and your career making. And if you are looking for love, you might even find that it's your career that brings the lover at this time. It's not just Venus, though. It's also Freddie Mercury. Mercury's been retrograde there for a while and is going to go forward. So it'll probably be from lifelong decisions that you lead to relationships. And for those of you who have been teetering on a relationship, you may find that it's coming to a head and it's time to make a decision. Either way, career is actually going to be extremely fertile. And I know we talked about with the Mercury retrograde in the beginning that you are still redeciding exactly where you see yourself in your career. It doesn't matter. With Venus there in the decision area, you're going to start to really grow in your career regardless. So it's going to be good times for the Virgos in that capacity, hopefully leading to your individuality success. All right, I have one more announcement for you right after this. Couple of pieces of information I want you to know. For one, cool news. The Megascope monthly reports now are available for online rental. You don't have to download them. They play on every device, and we host them on soulmart.me all month long. There's also variable rates if you want 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. I'm really trying to make this flexible for everyone. Also, I want to tell you, I added Jupiter Gets Emotional to the Megascope stream. So if you already rented, go back to Soulmart. There's an extra video there. It's going to help you through that 6-week transition we were talking about. Available for all 12 signs. Another thing, I got a cool teaching series coming out this summer I'm so excited about. It's called So You Want to Be an Astrologer, eh? Well, it's really designed for people who want to professionally be an astrologer, or if you want to use astrology in your given vocation. So as teachers, as leaders, as directors, whatever it is. Even in college when I directed TV and film, I used astrology with my characters, and it made my characters so much richer because astrology answers so many of the questions. Come on down to soulmart.me, see all the great courses. I have the Architecture of Incarnation. I've got the Art of Reading People. That's a fabulous course. It talks about psychic ability as well. Come see it. You're going to like it. Then I've got another exciting announcement for those who like this special. Buy 1 hour reading right now. You get a 30-minute follow-up for free this year with me. This is an excellent package deal for people who've never had a reading with me because you get twice in the same year. You really see proven results. Read my little comments under there or people's testimonials. This is my greatest talent. And I'm also the funniest in readings too, seriously. So come on down and see that. Couple of things we ask you. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. We do appreciate that. If you're on Facebook, you can like us by navigating to soulgarden.me, and I'll take you straight there. And if you want to be in our email list, come to soulmart.me. There's a link there for that. Don't forget, we got the new mothership coming out on Tuesday. Super excited about that. All right, my dear friend, thank you so much for logging in and your patience with me. I'll see you in 7 days, and I really mean it. Until then, live, love, be.